from the policy order and resolution list are in front of us. Councillor Carlone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Manager, Deputy Manager, and Mr. Barr, you heard the discussion relative to the process of controlling the speed limit in neighborhood streets. And perhaps you could once again clarify the process for us. As I understand it, we have to propose street by street, I believe, a lowering, and what we hope to consider is a process rating neighborhood streets, smaller indirect streets, lowering it even further than mid streets and then prime streets. Could you help us understand the process as it now exists?
Mr. Rossi.
I'm going to let Joe talk about what the process is right now, and then I'll give you some more information on what we discussed this morning with all the managers and mayors in the region.
Good.
Through you, Madam Chair. So the process right now is basically, as you described, in order to make a request to the State Department of Transportation for a speed limit lower than the sort of de facto 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, we need to conduct a speed study. And it's a little counterintuitive to how we think of speed limits. The speed study needs to show generally that the speeds are actually already low, and then we can set a low speed limit. If we see excessive speed, then it's just an enforcement question. And so I would say that the current setup of it is a little bit, it's more maybe designed for a suburban or a rural area, and it doesn't necessarily quite serve our needs, but just process-wise, yes, we need to go street by street and request a speed zone and submit a speed study. And I would say just personally, I think most streets in Cambridge, if you were to drive 30 miles an hour, or if you were to stand by the side of the road and watch a car go by at 30 miles per hour, it would feel extremely fast. And so I think we, without specifying a number or getting too much into the policy questions right now, I do think that, more broadly within dense urban areas like Cambridge or Somerville or Boston, just like you mentioned has happened in New York, a lower sort of de facto speed limit would be, potentially would be very appropriate. And, I think doing it on a regional level and on a consistent basis would be better than a street by street or, for that matter, community by community level. And my understanding of what Boston is doing is they're asking for, home rule authority to sort of, eliminate that street-by-street process and have the authority to reduce it to 25 miles per hour as a citywide initiative or in certain areas.
And if I could add to that, Madam Mayor. So this morning I was at a meeting with the Mayor of Boston, the Mayor of Somerville, all the regional mayors and managers, and we talked about this very question. And the MAPC is working on a letter that would go to the governor and the legislature supporting this kind of an initiative where, again, we would look at this regionally. I think Mr. Barr has described exactly what the dilemma is. It is really difficult. What we don't think would be wise would be, so if Boston goes down to 20 and then you come across the bridge and you're in Cambridge, we don't want to be encouraging people to go faster that wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. So I think we all agree that a letter from the MAPC citing the support by the region, it really is adding to what the council's trying to do here tonight.
Councillor Carlone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's exactly what I hope to hear. Thank you.